And speaking of matches, we are starting out with a live one, which means that we have a 5-minute delay on, so we're not going to be able to react to chat as well as we normally would.
Yep, sorry about that, chat. 5 minutes in the past.
It does happen, but Max Edwards Snax versus Turnipboy is going to be quite a bit of fun, especially on a live match.
That it is. Two players who did pretty well in the group stages. I think Turnipboy just kind of wrecked his entire group. Group B, Turnipboy just absolutely obliterated it. Had some pretty difficult opponents all the way through, I would say. Group B was a pretty close in skill level, I would say. We weren't really sure who was going to go through. Turnipboy just absolutely demolished, though. Meanwhile, Max Edwards Snax had a slightly harder time down in Group O, right into Furby Fubar, who has been an absolute monster. I don't think anyone picked Furby Fubar, or not many people picked Furby Fubar to win. Everyone was kind of expecting Max to have an easy time, but Max lost the final match to Furby, and so has to go up now against Turnipboy. Should be a very interesting match, especially with this set of maps. These maps are definitely a different mix than we had the first time, and depending on what your particular specialization is. Should be interesting to see who does what.
I'm sorry to interrupt you here, Kaylee, but it looks like Okay, I thought we were actually underway for a second already, but it looks like we're just... You have to do some sort of restart. They're just messing around before the match starts. Yeah. That scared me for a moment, actually.
Yeah, we're just doing button checks. Tobo is fine.
Everything's fine.
Solid bug there. Oh, yeah, 2 solid bugs. There we go.
Very nice. This is exactly how we do that. Oh, my gosh. Okay, I have been completely derailed.
I think we're about ready to start as soon as they are, yeah?
Yeah, I think so. We got through pretty much everything we needed to get through. If you guys have any questions about anything that's going on, let us know, and we will answer you 5 minutes later, probably.
That's right.
But we are, in fact, going to be opening off the proceedings without too much more delay on Modern. Yeah, that's a good cue that we weren't actually in the game. We were on the wrong venue.
Indeed. Modern has been a problem, especially for some of the folks who haven't run into it before in competitive. In SCL, it's a very rarely picked map. And a lot of the folks who maybe have less experience in it, we've seen already in some of the secondary casts, have really had problems with time. Modern is absolutely a map that will eat up your time very quickly. Snipers really like to just not shoot and let the spy run out of time, because it happens very frequently with less experienced competition.
Yeah, absolutely. You really need to make sure you are on top of your time management. It's a big map, so especially if you're playing one of the slower characters, you have to be aware of just how long the walking distances are, because it doesn't necessarily feel like a huge map, or at least doesn't feel as huge as it is, but you can eat up a lot of time just going from place to place.
You really can, depending on how much you want to walk across the breadth of the map. The difference between, say, Taft and Orange Dress can end up costing you 30 to 45 seconds off the clock just like that. And that's amazing when you think about it. But over the course of the map, just those, 5 seconds here, 10 seconds there difference will really, really eat into your time.
So it is time to get underway. It looks like they've got everything set up and ready to go. We're just waiting for them to hit the go button. Shouldn't be much longer now.
Do we know who's starting as spy? Yeah, we do. Turnipboy going to start as spy. So it should be... I know a lot more about Turnipboy's sniper than I do about Turnipboy's spy. Turnipboy as a sniper... not exactly a pure camper, but is definitely on the camping side of things, way more likely to shoot you for a hard del than for anything behavioral. Max Snax we've sort of watched Max Snax evolve over the course of his time in SCL 5 and in this tournament. Should be interesting to see how he does here.
And we are officially underway. Turnipboy stepping into the spy side of things, opening things up at the bar for a quick flirt on a green test for 51% and second in line at the bar as well. So a quick start from Turnipboy. And that, I think, was either a very late request or a demand. Looks like it was just a late request because wound up being third in line instead of the second you would expect. But
Yeah, slightly inaccurate if for no other reason than it sort of delays us, but having the 51% flirt in the pocket is super helpful. Could have bugged there maybe, but probably not a wise idea.
made it clear enough with the fast leave that we were not bugging if Max Edward Snax was paying a lot of attention to that. Might have been a slightly fast leave, but not a big deal. Now we step over to the green bookcase and pull out a green book. So chances are we're going to run this around for a little while and then hard transfer it into either blue or red.
Indeed. Max Snacks really preferring this one sniper angle, sort of on the left-ish side. And you can see more or less everything from this angle, including the bar. The problem is that the back statues are extremely vulnerable, and you can also get people sneaking into the corner on the right for time ads. Now we're all the way over to the left, but the dominant angle that he's been at does not cover those back statues, does not cover that right time ad zone. Get a fingerprint, though, as we're moving on.
Yeah, those early fingerprints are very nice to get because it's very easy for the sniper to not necessarily remember who had fingerprints from early on in the game. It's a little bit less powerful because it was off a briefcase. Those usually stick clearer in the mind, but it's nice to have the option anyways.
Yeah, and Turnipboy doing about what you need to do on Madarin here, which is just keep making steady progress. We're going to do a time ad here. Also, not a bad idea. It is a green check.
Yeah, lots of time spent uh, doing the briefcase because there was lots of movement involved. Bit of time spent chilling at the side windows there as well, looking inconspicuous. So the time ad is nice to see. Another green flirt coming off, but not quite close enough to hit it on a two flirt. 96% is very much in range for any flirt to get this done, though.
We were briefly highlight. No, we're still highlight. I think we're just now trying to deal with the time ad, but that was very late.
Accurate highlight, though, if that is the case. Isn't confident enough to leave it up, though, so does come back down. 2 minutes and 35 left to play. No mission completions yet, but lots of progress. We still have that green book in hand as well.
I think we're committing to the timer flirt here, both because it sort of gives us a break from this constant activity we've been engaged in, and also because it makes us less likely, I think Turnipboy thinks, to get caught putting the book back. I would be surprised if we didn't put the book back in a non-green shelf now.
The flirt is, in fact, done with just under 2 minutes and 15 seconds to play. Stepping away to, it looks like, blue bookcase. Here's the transfer. And if this gets caught, we should see very quickly. But it doesn't look like Max Edward Snacks. Oh, there's a little bit of consideration. So
yeah, I think that was mostly just a bookmark. I'm not sure Max even remembers that that book got taken out. Now the problem that we're having is even with the time ad, we've spent so much time idling that we are a little bit behind the ball here. We have one fingerprint. We can get double agent pretty rapidly, but we need to do a whole other mission other than that.
picking up the other fingerprint from this statue, I think. Wisely
Very nice.
goes for the inspect first because Papa Danger was picking up, gets the second print, does not get 3 inspects as there were only 2 statues there. So 1:15 left to play. We now have 3 missions complete and 2 inspects in pocket, in conversation with the double agent, lining up for a contact.
Banana bread.
I do not think that going to statues again is a good idea, except going perhaps to those back statues that Max has not been covering very well the whole game. If you notice from the sniper perspective, most of the time Max is at an angle where it's really hard to see those back statues, so maybe we can get away from it there. Other than that, I think I would slightly prefer maybe Bug or maybe a very last second Purloin.
Contact has come off. We've got 4 total lowlights. We are, in fact, going back to statues at 38 seconds left to play to finish this off. Is Max Edward Snacks going to have enough on Turnipboy to take the shot for this? Mission
Yeah,
win
10
countdown
seconds.
is underway. It's 5 seconds left.
Thinking about it, not going to take the shot, just not confident in it, and Turnipboy is going to go up 1-0.
Pretty strong start from Turnipboy. Pretty good time management, leading things until the end. Got the timeout in on after a slow early start to the game. Pretty good stuff, all things considered.
Yeah, I think it was a very well paced spy game. We made pretty good decisions throughout. We got ourselves into a little bit of time trouble at the end, but getting the fingerprint and the inspect at the same time helped it. I think we took a little bit of a risk by finishing with inspect, but it's a tolerable risk.
This is very true indeed. Max Edward Snax getting ready to step into the spy side of things. Turnipboy on the sniper for round number 2.
And here we go. We are mom moving out into the back. I think we're heading towards the bar or the back convo, perhaps.
Looked like a bit of a redirect off of the.
We're not chasing our ST. We're almost at a NASCAR there.
Huh, yeah, that's a. I'm surprised that's where we wound up, especially with the direction the path was taking after the bounce, but not a fast start, and usually a fast start is what you want on this map.
Yeah, so maybe it might be slightly controversial, but I think that's wrong already. Like, we just burned 30 seconds for no reason.
Oh, that!
Yeah, it was a good try. That was a good try. I think that was a good effort because you're never going to be seen doing that.
Yeah.
So I like the attempt there.
Yeah, just caught a good angle on it and figured we may as well have a go for it. It doesn't take, but we do wind up getting 34%. That's the bug coming through. It was hidden enough to not be obvious out of the corner of your eye, and you're not necessarily looking for it when you've got double motion like that, but the bug does come off on the second attempt. We step into statues here looking for a pair of inspects, and we do have 34% on the flirt. How big is this highlight is the question.
Yeah, it could be for the potential bug, in which case it is very large. It could be just for inspects, in which case it's moderate. Yeah, just that on that bug, you've got to watch out for those two people walking in parallel like that. That is one of the most dangerous ways that a spy can bug. So when you're the sniper, you got to be on top of that.
Well, Turnipboy not as on top of it as he could have been. Max Edward Snax picking up the contact. We have a total of 2 lowlights now. So pretty solid, all things considered, especially for a map this big.
Yeah, not too bad for Modern. I mean, there are so many partygoers that 2 isn't the best thing in the world for the sniper, obviously, so I think that's well done by Max, but I'm still a little bit concerned about the time. We got plenty of time left, 2 minutes 30, and we only need one more flirt, but we've left some of the more difficult missions for ourselves here.
That second flirt does bring us up to 68%, so we're going to need to get nice and close to ensure the 3 flirt on the next talk. We still have 2 inspects in pocket. It looks like we're going back into statues for the last inspect. Getting it done early rather than leaving it late is probably the move if you're going to finish it at all.
Yep, and there we go, and we're just shot for it, just like that.
Yeah, definitely a lot more worried about the bug there than he let on, and having the inspects get done was enough to pull the trigger.
Yeah, that makes me think that it has to be the bug. I mean, that's a very, very prospective shot if it's just for inspects.
Either way, Turnipboy, 2-0 start, going up pretty quickly. Moving into gallery next, it's going to be Turnipboy back in the spy side of things with already a fairly comfortable lead.
Yeah, this is where you just need to take a deep breath if you're Max and just play your game. Just play your game and not worry about being 2-0 down. Don't feel the need to claw it back. Just stay in, be confident in what you're doing, play good SpyParty.
And this is another map that feels... This one actually feels relatively small, but has deceptively large walking distances, especially if you're going to the back.
It does. Yeah, and spies usually try to minimize their trips out to the front, I guess I should say, because most of the action is going to take place in that medium to back kind of zone. You don't want to go out front. Typically, the only reason a spy will go out front is to flirt or DA, or occasionally to time in, but mostly they try to stick in the back.
A little bit of a reverse drive-by bug attempt there. A bit of a shot to nothing. Doesn't take, but also was very unlikely to be seen. Also in that conversation was a 51% flirt.
Yeah, I think that Max was trying to guard that bug, but just had a little bit too much camera motion. We were moving back and forth a little too much, and we zoomed in and out here as Turnipboy picks up a fingerprint at Green Books.
Yeah, getting an early fingerprint on a bookcase of all things is a very nice pickup for the start of the game. Puts it back innocently, doesn't want to try to do any early transfer shenaniganry with it, but progress is progress.
Progress is indeed progress. And now, where are we going to go? Yep, we're going to pick up a flirt right here at the painting.
Barely comes off, too. That was a pretty quick leave, but flirts are not necessarily the easiest things to come by on this map, so getting them done early is always nice to see. That is a very full conversation out front. If we can find a way in there to get the contact, that could be huge.
Yeah, you don't want to take your chances with double agent on this map. It's just very, very difficult to get DA done sometimes because the DA has so many pads they can go to that are not conversations.
Yeah, Turnipboy didn't see an easy way into that conversation, might not have been able to get in at all, so decides not to go for it, just steps back down, and is going to pick up, I think, the third flirt at this painting.
If we're lucky, no. Yeah, there he goes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he abandoned us walking into the convo as well, so that's going to start to get frustrating. We could pick up fingerprint on this statue right here. Looks like that's the plan.
No, going for the briefcase instead. So this is a little bit more obvious for the fingerprint, but doesn't show any statue visits, which could be nice moving forward, but also doesn't put you in inspect swap range. That is one mission completion with 1:15 left to play, although both the seduction target, I was going to say, and the double agent were in this conversation. Turnipboy can't get in. Finally managed to fit in the conversation, but Snax was zoomed in, so it doesn't really matter either way.
Yeah, he was worried about ambush shenanigans. It was barely visible off the side of his binoculars there, but no dice. And now we're in a lot of trouble. We really need to get into that front conversation and get a BB done.
Yeah, very, very low on time. 48 seconds left to play, 2 mission completions, and no other progress. Mind you, they are both the long missions. The double agent steps away!
That's terrible. So right now you got to go into alternative planning mode. You probably don't want to chase the DA out here. It's probably got to be Bug and Purloin, I would presume.
Yeah, there's not enough time. We're in the back of the conversation. The perfect Purloin spot does indeed take the Purloin on a green test and steps away. 21 seconds. He's heading back out front. No, he's going to the statues. He's going to swap it at the end as the Purloin comes off.
Not a bad choice. We're distracted by the Purloin. We're going to shoot. Oh, we missed.
The shot comes off, and it's not the right one.
Doesn't matter anyway. Got away clean. Mistook the green for a white. Was trying to shoot Rocker. Well played there by Turnipboy. Good recovery from a very difficult position. Way to stay cool and think 2 steps ahead.
Absolutely. So, man, after a pretty dramatic finish there, Turnipboy up by 3.
Yeah, I mean, and well-deserved. That was probably one of the finest played spy games I've ever seen Turnipboy play. Just kind of dealt really bad hand throughout the game. You know, the ST laughed a couple times. We couldn't get into the DA's convo. When we could get into the DA's convo, he bailed on us. And we just said, hey, let's get a green Purloin. We'll use the distraction from that to get the swap. And all went as planned. Very nice.
Very, very nice spy game coming out of Turnipboy. Man, Max Edward Snax. It's at least we have those 2 extra games to work with, but this is already a hole Max Edward Snax is going to have a difficult time digging himself out of, especially starting from the spy side of Gallery.
Yeah, it's certainly not impossible. We're going to be general here. We're going to bug. Very nice bug.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I like it so much.
Good Atomic Chaos bug. Really liked it.
Not easy to see either. Misses the pad, has to twitch onto the statues. Does eventually get there, and what looks like just a rote statue highlight out of it.
Yep, nothing wrong here. We probably want to do flirt and DA, or if we could be really saucy and just go statue to statue very early in the game and go for a rush. Nah, it doesn't look like that's what we want to do. We're just going to go pick up a flirt.
Double agent at statues, so not available. Oh my god, the traffic jam out front. Max Edward Snax has to redirect because he couldn't find a way through Smallman.
I'm going to get more and more uncomfortable the longer we go without inspecting. I really want him to do inspects quickly here.
It looks like he's going to do exactly that. That is a weird path, but he did eventually get there. Turnipboy might be able to catch him on that, but That is the statue done. We also have the bug done already, so Max Edward Snax is not doing well on the pathing, but is doing quite well on the mission progress.
Yes, now the goal is to flirt as inconspicuously as possible. We've got plenty of time to do it. Don't need to go super fast. We can timer flirt most of it, even.
Out front conversation. Not able to get into conversation. Keeps missing the pads. Redirects off of a briefcase. Pretty nice redirect, actually, and winds up in the conversation. Seduction target is here. Double agent is here. The contact comes off for a third mission completion.
We're seeing talking.
We are seeing talking. A pretty decent amount of lowlights as well. That's, I think, 6 total at this point.
So now it's going to come down to we have a minute 45 and we need 70% flirt, which is basically most likely 3-foot range, possibly 2-foot range if we can hit a close range green, but there's not going to be a lot of opportunities to do that.
It's a green and a white. You just need a green and a white.
The other problem is that we're only going to get 2 more flirts if we just stand in this conversation timer flirting, so we're going to have to probably leave at some point. There's so much trash going on in the back that I feel like we could get away with just walking out to the window and making the cooldown timer run faster.
Yeah, I think you're right. Minute and 10 left to play. Still no... There's finally the cooldown on the flirt coming off.
We need this green real bad.
Let's see if we can hit it.
We need to do the talk real bad. Also, we don't have the time.
Don't have time for this. There it goes. It's a white test. It's only 60%.
Gotta step out to the windows here. No choice. Yep, there we go.
Out to the windows goes Max. He needs to hit this last green, and he needs a seduction target to play nice. A lot has to go right here.
Yeah, we really put ourselves... Oh, no, we don't have time for this. We gotta go. We gotta go.
There's
only one spot to fit in, and 6 gonna take it. Where are we going?
Every moment we delay makes it more likely the seduction target steps away or someone steals our spot. Right there. There's only 25 seconds. We have to go.
We have to force ourselves into this combo. We don't have another choice unless we want to do a hard tell.
Max, what's the play? Are we gonna try to get a green?
You can't just stand here and time out.
Oh, it looks like Turnipboy wants to take a shot. The seduction target is on the move. We're trying to chase. I don't know if we're gonna get there in time. He's going for briefcase. We're dead.
Yeah. No, we're dead.
Yeah. It's over.
That's too bad. Yeah. We really needed to try to either force ourselves into that convo earlier or abort for the other mission earlier. We were just a little indecisive and hoping just that one of the AIs would leave, and it didn't. It just didn't happen. It just didn't happen. We had to give ourselves an earlier out than that.
Yeah, just left it too late, hoping the party would give an opening that never came. And now Turnipboy is up 4-0, and this is starting to look bad. Yeah,
it's brutal. At this point, you gotta basically win all the rest of the games just to avoid overtime if you are if you're Max. And if you're Turnipboy, you're 2 wins away from moving on to the round of 16.
Speaking of overtime, now that we have a little bit of downtime, I haven't explained overtime yet, so the way that works, for those of you who aren't aware, is if we are tied 5-5 at the end of the set, we have another 3 maps of extra time, that being Pub 3 of 5, Courtyard 4 of 7, and Library 5 of 8. You play all of that, and if you're still tied after that, you just play sudden death games on Balcony 2-3 until it's decided.
Yep. Oh boy. Max at least has a fairly swingy map, I would say, in Terrace. It's certainly not the last map you'd pick if you needed to win 2 in a row.
Yep, that's true. It's tricky from the Spy side, but ever since we got a little bit of extra time on it, it's a lot more doable.
Yeah, the Spy can be a little more crafty than they used to be when they just had to go real quick. It looks like we're going to do no fingerprint, no swap, so inspect left on, as opposed to fingerprint, which is the choice that is often made. And here we go. We are orange dress, so probably we're looking for that convo bug at some point.
Absolutely. Turnipboy opening things off on the Spy side with 31% on the flirt, which is 1% lower than you want.
That it is. That is the
Speaking
sad
of in
percent.
combo bugs, the time is now. Well, the time was when the Duke was still there. Now the time. Okay, there were a couple of moments there where the party sidled up, but didn't
Yeah,
wind up taking it.
we decided not to go for it. We had a reasonably good chance. The sniper was in a really good angle for it, though, so it could have been potentially bad.
Fake contact coming off with everybody in except for the seduction target, I believe, and the ambassador. No
Those are
low
good to
lights
fire
taken.
off. You really like to do some of. You got to do those fakes from time to time, just so that they can't assign real.
Yeah, especially on this map because of the known double agent.
Yep. So off we go. Probably waiting for the ST to walk somewhere so we can do our next flirt. Comes right up to us.
ST walks to us, but it's not a great positioning. The green test only brings us up to 56%, not what you want to see, with 2 minutes and 5 left to play.
No, and now we probably want to do something. We don't want to wait for 45 seconds. Oh, we had another chance to do it. What would have been an absolutely great bug. Decide not to do it, though.
Yeah, once again, not taking the bug that's available to us. Timer cooldown expires, minute and 45 left to play, but the seduction target steps away as well. So, no finishing up the flirt from here.
No, we really want to go to that other conversation and finish the flirt if we can with a green. Probably hit the banana
from
bread.
there, though, so it might look a little bit too suspicious. Timer is definitely not on our side, though.
Yeah, it's really not, especially since we have to green this flirt to be done with it with one more.
Minute and 15, so much time has been wasted here. And we're still not moving.
I just don't like all the reasonably good bugs that we didn't take. I mean, every time you pass up a bug like that, you have to go, in giving this up, is the thing I'm going to do instead going to be better, or is it more likely going to be worse? And as time starts to tick down, it's going to be worse and worse and worse. We really would kill probably to. Oh, we're just going to direct.
It's just a white purloin. Just takes it straight up.
I don't know if it's been seen yet necessarily. We did get a highlight on Rocker, who I guess very loosely could have done the delegate, but we're still in trouble here.
Yeah, timer is a difficult situation. Didn't hit the green test. It's 90% on the flirt with 30 seconds left. Cannot wait for the timer flirt on this. Here's the contact coming off. That's the real one.
Oh, we're going to shoot Rocker.
Safety off on Rocker. Takes a different shot instead. Neither of them correct. And Max Edward Snax finds himself even deeper in the hole.
Yeah, 5-0 now. Max just did not have good track on who had drinks and who was sending who to drinks. That's the way it is.
Yeah. Not a good situation. Max Edward Snax now has to win out in order to force overtime.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. So we got to start by finding a spy win on Terrace, which is not what you want. Now is the time to... Yeah, just don't worry about the 5 games. Just worry about this game. That's all you got to do.
Play it one at a time. Great thing about SpyParty is nothing is insurmountable, no matter if it feels like it.
All right, so what is our plan here if we're going into this? We're going to be twin. And specifically bling twin. Right to the bar we go. Very interesting.
Nice early green flirt for 43%. Basically unpairable as well. So yeah, that's a strong start.
Yeah, we went there, I think, at about the same time as Mom did, and we also were sort of flirting through Papa Danger, so that's nice. Do get a delegate. We're highlight.
Probably Turnipboy using highlights to track bar goers, because Papa Danger also took a highlight, and so is Mom.
Mom just does as well, yep. So I think we're thinking about the banana bread here, but I think we want to make sure we wait for as many people to be in conversation as possible here. Now is not the best time to do it, and yeah, that's fine. DA leaves.
Yeah, lots and lots of people outside of conversation either way, so... not likely the best time to be doing it in either sense. just under 2.5 minutes to play, and not a whole lot available to us right now.
Yeah, it doesn't look like we want to delegate either, so we're going to need to have some kind of alternate plan. We also are going to fake banana bread now.
Banana bread.
This is going to let off 2 lowlights. Could have been only 1 if we hit the green test, but General started moving just after.
Yeah, and we're starting to let that clock tick down. We're under 2 minutes now. We have 1 flirt done.
Yeah, this is one of the few 3 of 5 maps where you don't have a lot of time to work with. In conversation next to the seduction target, once again, another green test comes off. It's up to 94, so any flirt will finish that up now.
Any flirt, but we got to do 2 more missions, Tobone. I don't know where we're going to find him. I mean, DA's not available right now. Oh my goodness, let's just shoot Carlos.
Well, that's a way to get a spy win on the map.
I'm not sure what happened there. Must have thought there was bug or something.
Yeah, it must have been some sort of hallucination. Not entirely sure what it was, but...
Quite possibly it was fingerprint. He was there right after Ambassador, so all it would have taken was him touching a briefcase or something, and that would have been an entirely justified shot.
That is very true. That makes a lot more sense than my theory.
Yeah. So Max avoids the sweep. It is now 5-1, and on to Veranda we go.
This is how it starts. Just need to keep the train rolling for 4 more games. And starting from the sniper side of Veranda.
Yeah, and Veranda is one of the biggest tests in the game for Sniper. It is a very difficult map to snipe on in some ways. In others, it's easy. I mean, it's a campable map, for instance, but oh boy, is there a lot going on.
Yeah, there is a lot going on this map, and as Turnipboy steps on the spy side, he is going to look to capitalize on that in a big way, opening things up with 51% on the flirt.
Very good opening, maybe bug. No, he doesn't take a good path for it. No, we're just chilling. Just going to use our time as best we can here, it looks like. Not sure what we're doing here. Oh,
it's going to be a briefcase.
Yeah. We're going to walk all the way across the map for this? Yeah, we are.
Well, may as well. It's an early fingerprint. Not a bad stop timing.
No, it was pretty good and not seen in any event. I think we just go get safe progress, go get our flirt here. Oh, no, never mind. So much for that.
Winds up redirecting to the window instead. Still plenty of time to play with. Looking at the double agent and the ambassador a little bit, I think he's going to go for the contact here, but the double agent steps away. Things not lining up very nicely for Turnipboy right now.
Yeah, and this is a bad time to go to statues. It absolutely guarantees that you'll be noticed and remembered for being at that statue since the amb is right next to you.
Indeed. Only able to get 1 inspect from it as well because of the aforementioned ambassador being right there at the other one.
Double agent ditches again on us, and we're struggling to find progress. The ST's not anywhere where we can rely on her being there. I'm just going to hope she ends up in this convo. And she does not. So now we can chase, because we've been in this convo alone for a while. Yep, there we go.
Yeah, lots of moving around, not a whole lot of progress. Turnipboy is trying, but the party is just shutting him down whenever it can. Has to chase into green bookcase, so maybe we can get something done with the book here.
Yeah, we did not hit the green test either, and then it's getting a little uncomfortable. Turnipboy has not had the best luck this game, although we did see him pull quite a good win out of some bad luck on his gallery spy game. So we'll see what he's able to do with this bad deck of cards.
Max Edward Snax was very clearly not guarding that that microfilm animation.
Oh wow, that was a path.
Yeah. We have seen some paths today, my friend. Let me.
We really have, and I mean, I'm the last one who gets to talk, but you know that was a path right there.
Back into statues once more to finish up these inspects. This is going to be our first completion though, and it's inspects with 1.5 minutes to play.
I mean, I don't really see Turnipboy winning this game unless Max takes a wrong shot. Like, we have to be super active. We have to get a flirt done. We have to find a fingerprint somewhere. We have to double agent. We have to do a hard tell. This is going to be real messy. 1 minute and 15 seconds. Oh,
and
my God.
And the seduction target bails again.
That's awful. That's awful. That feels real bad if you're Turnipboy. You just want to put this match to bed and get it done, and you're not going to get to do it right here. I don't
SpyParty
think.
Gods looking out for Max Edward Snax right now.
Yep.
Turnipboy's either going to have to try to frame somebody.
Yeah, time ad is probably not the worst choice in the world right there, but oh boy, we're moving super fast. And we're not watching where the sniper is looking either, and I think we were seeing, we were seeing. Yeah, I think so. I think the part of the problem there for Turnipboy was that he time added looking away from the laser, did not know where the sniper was, and maybe if he had known, would not have time added there.
Or at the very least would have been a little bit more polite about it.
Yeah. So 5-2 now, and Turnipboy has the chance to bring it down to the last set with a win here. Just keep that head down, keep winning one game at a time. Here we go.
Yep, Turnipboy on the sniper is starting to run out of match points. Still has 3 of them, but is going to have to capitalize on at least one of these. Max Edward Snax might be starting to believe in the comeback.
Yeah, I think if he really, really has a chance here. I mean, Max is a great spy, and Veranda can be very, very tricky for the sniper, obviously. So, great chance for Max. You win this, you know what the last 2 maps are, or what the last 2 matches are on Tobo, and anything can happen on that map. So, here we go.
Yeah, absolutely. Max Edward Snax has got through the worst of it. Just has to keep the momentum going through one more Veranda game on the spy side and then through balcony.
Yeah, a lot more pressure on this 5-2 game than I think otherwise there would be, because you really, if you're Turnipboy, don't want it to go to the last 2 on that terrible, terrible venue. And you just want to put it to bed right here if you can. Max also gets sunshine, but I think he was going for the bookcase all along.
Yeah, you never want to be in a position where you need something out of balcony.
Yep.
Max Edward Snax picking up a white test microfilm transfer at the green bookcase. A fair bit of cover on it as well.
Yeah, it was entirely covered by conversation cover. So we're in good shape. Where are we going here? Go do flirt?
Looks like it might have been angling for the double agent, but the conversation filled up, so now it's certainly going to be for the seduction target. That's a swap! It's just a white swap! Was that action priorities?
I don't know what it was. Has it been seen?
Well, we got
sure
the
it has been
inspect
seen.
out of it as well. In a situation like that, you just kind of have to assume that it's clean.
Let's go flirt now. Where are we going now?
Yeah, I'm surprised it's not the flirt. Might be trying to get this transfer done as soon as possible, but even then you expect to go looking for the blue bookcase. Is able to get a fingerprint off of this.
We could do it right now. We try the bug.
The
there
bug
it is.
on the way across!
Perfectly timed. Sniper's all the way over. Turnipboy really overcommitted to the right side. If we can get this book done, Tobo, I think we're home free, perhaps.
Oh man, what could have been disaster for Max Edward Snax might wind up being incredible. Still more than 2 minutes to play as we go for the flirt.
Here's the thing, Tobo. We hit this flirt, right? If we get this book done, I think it all comes down to whether or not we're seen doing microfilm. I don't think we're going to get shot for doing fingerprint, because we'll have done a fingerprint, but it is the very rare Veranda silent game.
Yeah, that's true. Max Edward Snax going to put the book away all the way back from across the void.
Now is not a good time. Wait for him to rotate. Oh, but the Amba's standing right there.
Might just put the book away now.
Yeah, I think that's a wise choice.
That's the right play. We still have double agent available. We still have statues available. We're picking up a briefcase for another fingerprint.
Just put it down. Oh, we walked out so we could see it. We would be justified in just putting it down, but we didn't. What do you do here?
Done.
Do we go statue to statue for 2 statues, or do we try to finish microfilm?
We don't even know to go statue to statue. We just need one.
Yeah.
1 minute
interesting
to play.
Choice. Under no circumstances do we banana bread here, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think you can afford to contact. It's going to be statues. tucks away as far into the corner as possible. Turnipboy
we are seeing.
sees it there.
Here we go. This is it.
Do we take the shot? It doesn't look like he's thinking about it. He's rotating back. Max Edward Snax with 5 seconds. Turnipboy zooming in on the other side.
That's not
and Max stays alive to balcony.
Oh my goodness, 5-3. And what a game there by Max. That was sort of... Before that game, I was talking about what a dangerous and tricky spy Max is, and I think that sort of shows you what he's all about there. Just ringing a pretty hot play there from that set of circumstances with the silent veranda game, Tobo.
The silent veranda game is something you almost never, ever see. The mid-game front statue swap. That was something.
And I think the key things there in that match are, number one, when we just got away with the bug clean, using that overcommitment by Turnipboy to the right side to just get the bug done.
Yeah, that
free.
Was huge. That was
and number
huge.
2, we didn't try to force the microfilm, even though we had it in pocket. And I think that was a good choice. We probably would have died there while Turnipboy was watching had we done it at Red Bookcase. And instead, we just put it back and calmly decided to just pick up the win with Inspect. So I think being flexible. Flexibility is what we're going for there.
Yeah, I think you're right. He wanted that transfer, but I think it would have killed him, and he knew it. So change of plans at the last second comes through for Max Edward Snax, and now he is 2 games of balcony away from forcing extra time.
We have not yet, I don't think, I don't think we've had overtime yet in the bracket. I'm not sure. Could be wrong. But, oh boy, from 5-0 to 0-5 is a heck of a way to get there if we do get there.
You're not wrong. This thing would go down in history. But first, he has to get through balcony as he picks up the sniper rifle for possibly the last time as Turnipboy steps into the spy side of balcony.
I mean, definitely the map you pick.
Ambassador, what are you doing?
Yeah, not a big deal. Not too big a deal there. If that were a party goer that was not the ambassador, that'd be problematic. Oh, I don't like.
Literally anybody in that conversation could have bugged.
Yep. But the thing about balcony being a swingy map is that cuts both ways. So if you're Max, you could just have that epic comeback just all come to an end with the wrong set of circumstances here. Oh my God! All the talks were thrown out as Turnipboy.
Yeah, it's a late first flirt. And coming into the contact afterwards, we have 2 lowlights.
We've got to be top suspect. We've been talking for days, and we were white test BB right there.
Yeah, I think so. And the timer's starting to run out on the flirts as well. This is not ideal for Turnipboy because of how long it took to get that first seduction.
Yeah, this is looking bad for Turnipboy.
Oh, never mind!
Balcony is a harsh mistress, Tobo, and dreams have been killed on it. That's too bad.
Oh, that hurts.
Oh, what a way to go. What a way to go, Tobo. That's awful.
Yeah.
Mom just too active, just gets missions done, and we have to shoot. Oh, Turnipboy puts it away. Max Edward Snax, after going down 5-0, puts up a heck of a fight. But in the end, balcony is where dreams go to die.